Welcome. These lives are open to participation. I generally do encourage people to leave their comments, to engage in conversation. Today, I am talking about the deals that I'm seeing now in the property market. So, for all of you property enthusiasts that are shopping, hunting, for me, it's a little bit of catharsis to talk about some of the deals that I am seeing, to share them all with you. Whether you are a first home buyer, an owner occupier, or an investor, my specialty is real estate investments. So I like to talk about investments. In some of my past videos, I've told people that I think that real estate affordability is a bit of a joke and it's people complaining. I've offended some people agreed. Now, what I mean by that is there are so many good deals in the Australian real estate market that when people talk about affordability, they're only ever looking about their backyard. They're only ever looking at a small subsection of the property market rather than the wider market. And I just got off the phone with one of my friends. He's a very, very smart guy. He works as a bonds trader. They look at what interest rates are doing. We talk about the economy, all that kind of stuff. And talking to him, he said, "Look, Dom, I'm planning on holding off. I'm planning on holding off and waiting until I buy. What do you think?" And my thoughts with him is that if you know what you want to buy, get into the property market now. There are a lot of really good deals. My business partner is just buying a property now. One of my other business partners is buying a property. I'm currently hunting for property. We're all the people that are out there that are in the industry are not focused on timing the market. We're focused on actually buying good deals that make sense. Now, for a lot of you that are new to real estate or looking to buy this next investment, I think that there's a really good opportunity for you to get into some of these deals where it's limited deposits or really good incentives are coming forward. Now, what I mean by that is the rising interest rates have led to a softening market. There are less purchases out there. And with less purchases, that means that people still need to sell their property, but they're just not getting as high a price as they want, or they're not selling as much as they need to. Now, working with developers, builders, and landowners, I'm noticing that they're offering some really exciting incentives. Some of these incentives range from giving a 7% cash rebate. So if you're buying a 600K investment, you're getting 7% of that back as a cash rebate. That's covering all of your stamp duty and then some. What we're also seeing is people getting in with limited deposits. They're allowing people to get in and buy with as little as a 5%, even 2.5% deposit. So that's pretty crazy. If you're buying a $1 million property, you're getting in with 25,000. If you're buying a $500,000 property, you're getting in with half that amount, $12,500. So these small deposits, especially if you're buying off the plan, are exciting because you can get in, buy the property, put your hand on that property, and you've got time to then save the remainder of your cash. Let me just say that again, because I saw a few people come in and out. When you're buying a property that's off the plan, developers are allowing you to get in now with as little as 2.5%. Some of them say 5%. So if you're buying a $500,000 investment, say a 2-bedroom or say a 1-bedroom apartment in Sydney, you can get in, pay a 25K deposit, and then you've got a full year, 2 years to save the remainder of your deposit. And if you're a first home buyer, you don't pay any stamp duty either. That to me is an exciting opportunity because you can ride the market wave. Now, people are saying, hey, the property market's probably going to crash or it's coming down. At the moment, it is softer, it is softening, but it's not going to continue doing this. So on average, on average, the average down cycle lasts for about 2 years. That's on average. A lot of people are talking about this down cycle being a lot less than that. It'll go for it'll be short and sharp is what a lot of people are talking about. So if you're getting into the market, you're buying a $500,000 or $600,000 property, you're putting in $25,000 or $30,000 as a deposit to hold it. Over a 2 year period, if you've picked a market that's good investments in infrastructure, strong population growth, then you've got the 2 years for the property market to grow, to swing the other way, save your deposit, and come up with your stamp duty. So I've got a question here. Is 300K deposit for a $1.3 million house okay? It depends. If you're buying your own home, you typically want to get in with a 20% deposit because you won't pay any lender's mortgage insurance at that point. The interest rates get cheaper. It's easier for you to get a loan. 20% on 1.3 is, what's that? No, you haven't got enough. So you'd want to put in 10% 130. So you need to come with 260,000. Oh yeah, it's enough. 300K is enough. 260,000, 300K deposit, that's plenty. Your stamp duty on that's going to be about 4%. So yeah, 300K should be just enough. Yeah, I mean, if you're buying your own home, it's still pretty scary because you got $1 million worth of debt. Interest rates are going to go up. And with interest rates going up to maybe, they might get as high as 5%, maybe even 6% with a bank rate. But a 5% bank rate on $1 million debt, you're looking at paying $50,000 in interest. I feel a lot more comfortable buying investment properties in this type of market, unless you've already got a bunch of investments, you've got some passive income, or your heart's tied in buying your own home. And if you're going to buy your own home, make sure that you're going in with a healthy deposit because you're paying P&I, principal and interest. It's going to cost you a lot of money. What other questions have you got there? Hope I answered your question, Jato. Any other questions? No. I want to talk about some other deals. So another deal that I've seen recently is I think there's a lot of really good opportunities in the Melbourne market. The Melbourne market it's suffered a lot over the past 12 to 18 months. It's suffered a lot because of migration. Migration into the country typically get about 150 to 200,000 people. During COVID, we got none. We actually lost about 70 to 80,000 people. And Melbourne lost about 40,000 people from Melbourne to 30,000 went to Brisbane. 10,000 went to the rest of Australia. So Melbourne suffered incredibly. Now, the Melbourne market has a lot of really good opportunities in it. And what I've seen based on the population data is over the next, by 2030, it's going to be bigger than Sydney. Now, the part of the market that I think is particularly sensitive is the inner city market. Now, people are going to shoot me for saying this, that inner city Melbourne's a good investment, but just bear with me. Inner city market, I like it because there's really good deals there. There is a bit of supply, so you got to be careful about what parts of the market you buy. But about 3Ks out of the CBD, the northern part of the market, I think there's some really good opportunities because you can buy a good apartment, spend 650K. The market will grow. There's a part of the market called the Arden Precinct that's getting redeveloped, the northern part of Melbourne. 30,000 jobs are going to be created. There's a brand new train station. And rents in the area have been growing. Over the past 12 months, they've grown 10%, and it looks like they're going to grow another 10 to 15% minimum. Now, with this influx of migrants coming in, you're going to see two parts of the markets grow. You got Sydney and Melbourne, then Western Australia. Migrants come to Sydney first, Melbourne second, Western Australia or Perth third. So with the borders opening up, the rents are going to continue to grow. Good opportunities there. So I've seen some questions here I'm ready to buy an investment in WA. I have 220K usable equity. I'm looking for at a 2 times 1 WUR. Or what do you reckon? Uh, great. I think that Perth is a really good market for investment. Where a lot of Australia's been suffering, Perth has been very, very strong. It's got a good population. It's got strong migration. Resource industry is pretty strong at the moment as well. And I think that for 220K, you can go and depending on what your borrowing capacity is, you can go and buy some really, really good investments. Um, Depending on if you want to buy new or old, there's lots of good properties out there. You can buy close to the city. I like Fremantle. You can buy some really old stuff for sub a million, some apartments for good value. If you don't like apartments, I like, if you like house and land, you can go down the coast or up the coast and stay close to the coast. So you've got, maybe a 10-minute walk to the water and you can buy houses for less than 600 grand. And I think that if you're 30 minutes from the city and you're less than a kilometer to the water, um, both north and south, Perth has got a lot of really good value. Um, I hope I've answered your question. I think that, yeah, there's some good investments there. If you want help, reach out to the Wealthi team. Um, it's in Carlisle, 500 square meter, 350K. 350,000 is a good cheap buy. 500 square meters of dirt it's a good size. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been good talking to you all today. And it's always good answering some of your questions and getting this kind of feedback. Thank you for all the love hearts and roses and the likes. It's been really nice getting all of that. Otherwise, enjoy your Friday. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you all next Friday.